Can you believe it? In Belize, just by living there for 1 year, you can already apply for permanent residency, with no interview and no need to prove millions. And in St. Kitts and Nevis, a tiny island nation in the Caribbean, within just a few months, you could be holding a passport that grants visa-free travel to over 150 countries, while still keeping your U.S. citizenship. But that's only the beginning. Because there are 3 other countries with immigration policies so easy that you'll find yourself asking, why didn't I know this sooner? Yet most Americans are still stuck in the whirlwind of massive costs back home, while these paradise doors stand wide open right in front of them. Don't let your dream of a comfortable retirement remain just words on paper, because these doors are already open, just waiting for you to step through. Watch until the end of the video to discover the secret country that could be your ticket to a second life. Hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment to join me on this journey. Dream it. Pack it. Go. 5. Thailand. The tropical hammock for American retirees. Have you ever dreamed of a place where in the morning you open your window to warm breezes, the scent of ripe mangoes, temple bells ringing, and in the afternoon you sip coffee watching the sun drop behind the mountains? Thailand is exactly that place. The tropical hammock swinging between the Gulf of Thailand and the Andaman Sea, where retirement life can cost less than a Medicare bill in the U.S., but feel far richer in experiences. This country is breathtakingly beautiful. In the north, misty mountains; in the central plains, endless green rice fields; and in the south, beaches white as salt stretching beyond the horizon. Rainforests, Khao Yai National Park, Doi Inthanon. Each feels like a living museum of nature. The climate is quintessentially tropical. 6 months of rain refreshing the earth. 6 months of sunshine giving you enough vitamin D that you won't even need supplements. But what makes Thailand truly attractive for American retirees isn't just the scenery. It's the way they open the door with friendly visa policies. If you're over 50, you only need to show about 22,000 USD in a Thai bank or a minimum pension of Kwon 800 USD month, about the level of Social Security plus a bit of savings, to qualify for a long-term retirement visa. No need to buy property, no complicated interviews. If you want more security, there's even the LTR visa, 5 years renewable up to 10. Or the Elite visa, lasting up to 20 years for those who like a VIP lounge and paperwork. And this is where the story of Bill, 67, from Texas, comes in as living proof. Bill once thought retirement in the U.S. meant a small house and a green lawn. But medical bills and property taxes made him sigh more often than breathe easy. One day, he heard that with his 1,800 USD monthly pension, he could live comfortably in Chiang Mai. He gave it a try, and within a week, he had rented an apartment with a swimming pool for 450 USD month, cheaper than the property taxes back in Houston. Every morning, Bill goes to the market for mangoes and fresh herbs, spending just $3. At noon, he has a spicy bowl of noodles for $2. In the afternoon, he enjoys coffee by the Ping River, a latte costing only half the price of Starbucks. Once, when he had back pain, he went to an international private hospital. The doctor spoke English, did an X-ray, prescribed medicine, all for $65. Bill laughed. In the U.S., that would have been a few hundred, not to mention waiting forever for insurance. He also joined a lively expat group that calls itself the 10 a.m. Coffee Club. Every day, they gather in a small cafe, chatting about everything from tuk-tuks to who can handle the spiciest food. After a year, Bill realized, with the same money that barely covered bills in the U.S., and in Thailand, he had a complete life, new friends, and the peace he'd been searching for all his life. Back to the bigger picture, The cost of living for a couple in Thailand ranges only about 1,600 USD per month. Renting a neat apartment, enjoying varied meals, reliable internet, plus a few domestic trips, it's still far cheaper than just healthcare and insurance alone in the US. And speaking of healthcare, Thailand stands out. Hospitals like Bumrungrad and Bangkok Hospital meet international standards, with treatment costs at only 20% of US prices. You'll find doctors fluent in English, fast procedures, and most importantly, bills that won't keep you up at night. In terms of safety, Thailand is known as safe enough for the night market. Violent crime is rare, with the main nuisance being pickpocketing in crowded tourist areas. The expat community is large, friendly, and easy to integrate with, from bustling Bangkok to laid-back Chiang Mai, or the blue sea havens of Phuket and Pattaya. And once you've made Thai friends, you'll realize they value a smile more than any insurance contract. Thai culture is as vibrant as a colorful feast. Pad Thai, Tom Yum, green curry, spicy, sour, salty, and sweet, like the full spectrum of retirement emotions. Songkran, the water festival, turns entire cities into giant water parks. The Wai, the hands-pressed greeting, makes you feel respected from the very first encounter. And life? Big cities buzz like a tropical New York, while rural villages and islands move at a slow pace, teaching you to live slowly without living less. Of course, no place is perfect. The long rainy season can leave your t-shirts never quite dry. Bangkok traffic sometimes tests your patience. And in the north, dry season haze lingers in the air. But if you come prepared and choose where to live wisely, those things are just seasonings in an otherwise delicious meal. So, what does Thailand offer for American retirees? A tropical hammock where you can lie back and read, an international standard healthcare system at affordable prices, a welcoming expat community, a cost of living within reach of Social Security, and a culture that makes every day feel fresh and new. If Bill's story made you smile and wonder, maybe this could be me, then leave a comment saying, I choose Thailand. And don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep discovering more retirement hammocks around the world together. 4. Greece. The Mediterranean balcony of retirement. If Thailand is the tropical hammock where you lie back and listen to the waves, then Greece is the balcony overlooking the Mediterranean, where American retirees are no longer bound by hospital bills or the roar of trucks on the highway. Instead, every morning you open your window to golden sunlight spilling over whitewashed rooftops, mingling with bright bougainvillea. And every afternoon you sit at an outdoor cafe watching the Aegean Sea shimmer like silver. What makes Greece stand out is its European location with affordable costs. A two-bedroom apartment in Athens is only about $750–100 USD per month, cheaper than property taxes alone in many US cities. And if you prefer the sea, Crete or Santorini are ready to give you a small seaside apartment for just $540 USD per month, with million-dollar sunrises included at no extra charge. So how can Americans live here long-term? The answer is Greece's Golden Visa. With just a property investment of about $270,000 USD, you get 5 years of legal residency for the whole family, and after 7 years, you can apply for citizenship. For retirees wanting Europe's doors wide open, this is one of the easiest paths. Don't want to invest? Greece also offers a digital nomad visa for those earning around €3,500 per month, or simply living legally for 5 continuous years, 183 days a year, gives you permanent residency. A small story to bring this to life. Mary and John, a couple in their 60s from California, used to pay nearly 200 USD per month just for health insurance. After moving to Crete, they switched to private insurance at only 150 USD a month, giving them easy access to private hospitals with English-speaking doctors. Each time they call home to the US, they no longer complain about bills. Instead, they brag about sitting on their balcony, sipping local wine at 6 USD a bottle, eating Greek salad with olives and feta, a vegetarian meal that still feels like a feast. Overall, the cost of living is also very manageable. A single person can live on 1,300 USD per month, while a couple spends around 1,900 USD if living in Athens. But if you move to the islands or smaller towns, you only need 1,600 USD for a comfortable life. Eating fresh seafood, local vegetables, shopping at small markets where vendors remember your face after just a few weeks. A quick comparison. In the US, you might spend 12 USD on fast food, but here for 15 USD, you'll have a table full of grilled fish, fresh vegetables, feta cheese, olive oil, and even a glass of wine. As for healthcare, Greece has a public system that the WHO once ranked 14th globally. Public services are cheap or free for legal residents, while private hospitals are modern and cost just a fraction of what you'd pay in the US. Yes, you may have to wait long at public hospitals, but honestly, Greeks often see that as a social gathering rather than an inconvenience. In any case, many American expats choose private insurance for faster service, but even then the cost is still very soft compared to back home. And what about safety? Greece has little violent crime. The only real nuisance is pickpocketing in crowded tourist spots, and that's probably less than in Times Square. Women walking at night in Santorini or Crete still feel safe, and the large expat community, Americans, British, Germans, makes it easy to find friends, share dinners, or take short weekend trips. Greeks even have a special word for hospitality, philoxenia, meaning treating strangers as friends. Trust me, after a few months, you'll have neighbors bringing you a plate of baklava and inviting you to the village festival, treating you like family. Greek culture is as vibrant as a Mediterranean feast. Golden olive oil, white feta cheese, rich moussaka, fragrant souvlaki, along with bouzouki music and festivals all year round. Life in the villages and islands is slow. Coffee in the morning, a short nap at noon, and dinners that last until midnight. If in the US you're used to grabbing a quick bite in a parking lot, in Greece a dinner can stretch for 3 hours, with wine that never stops pouring and laughter that never stops ringing. Of course, not everything is perfect. Summers can be scorching, peak tourist season is crowded and pushes prices up. Bureaucracy sometimes makes you feel like you're in a classic Greek comedy, and if you don't know a little Greek, you'll struggle in areas with few tourists. But looking at the bigger picture, trading those small inconveniences for a retirement that is warm, safe, and affordable right in the heart of Europe, many Americans say, absolutely worth it. If you've ever dreamed of a retirement where each day you open the door to the blue sea, where 3,000 years of history smiles back at you, and every meal costs about the same as a movie ticket in the US, then Greece is waiting with open arms. If this Mediterranean balcony makes you want to pull up a chair, comment, "I choose Greece." And don't forget to like and subscribe so we can continue exploring the next retirement havens together. 3. North Macedonia, where every day flows like a Balkan folk song. Have you ever asked yourself, what if my retirement was no longer a race against bills, but instead living in a place where coffee costs just $1, dinner is $5, and tomorrow morning I can step onto my balcony to see a blue lake reflecting every drifting cloud? The answer, surprisingly, lies in a small country in the Balkans, North Macedonia. The nature here is so pristine it feels like you've stepped into a vintage postcard. 80% of the land is mountains, with Mount Korab rising nearly 2,800 meters, capped with winter snow. 3 great lakes, Ohrid, Prespa, Dojran, so clear you can see your own reflection like in a mirror. Lake Ohrid is even recognized by UNESCO as an ancient lake, with millions of years of history, where in the morning you might see fishermen quietly casting nets, and in the afternoon hear church bells echoing across the water. Residency policy here isn't as wide open as Thailand, but it's practical. You can apply for a residence permit if you have a stable pension of about 1,800 USD month, or can show solid financial resources. After 5 years of continuous legal residence, you can apply for permanent residency. And if you're patient, after about 7 and 8 years, you'll be eligible to apply for citizenship. For those wanting a quicker route, the investment program from 500,000 USD grants residency in just 3 weeks. It may sound big, but for someone looking to start a business or invest in cheap real estate, this is a shortcut worth considering. Living costs are what really open the eyes of American retirees. A couple can live comfortably on 700–900 USD month, less than half of what utilities plus health insurance alone cost in the US. In the capital Skopje, a 1-bedroom apartment downtown rents for just 300–400 USD month. A meal in a family-run restaurant with tavche gravche bean stew, ajvar pepper spread, hot burek, and a glass of local wine is only 5 to 7 USD per person. To put it humorously, in the US, $12 gets you McDonald's, but here $12 lays out a whole Balkan feast. Healthcare. North Macedonia has a basic public system, with costs nearly free for legal residents, but you'll have to wait quite a while. Most expats choose to buy private insurance, go to private hospitals in Skopje, or simply fly to Turkey if they need higher-end services, still far cheaper than a US hospital bill. Of course, you won't find luxury hospitals like in Bangkok, but in return, you're not being squeezed by medical costs. As for safety, this country has such a low rate of violent crime that many joke, you can leave your wallet on a cafe chair, come back 30 minutes later, and it's still there. Most incidents are just petty theft in big cities, and foreign women often feel safe walking at night in residential neighborhoods. The culture here is a unique blend of Balkan and Mediterranean. Cuisine influenced by Turkey, Yugoslavia, Hungary. Traditional festivals like the Vevchani Carnival, where the entire village dresses up as bizarre characters to drive away bad luck. Americans often say, in the US, you pay for a show, but in Macedonia, the show happens right on the street and it's free. The clear advantages, ultra-low costs, untouched nature, safety, and a 4-season climate that lets you experience both snow and sunshine. The drawbacks: limited infrastructure, low local incomes, and few job opportunities unless you bring your own profession or capital. Bureaucracy can be cumbersome, and the Macedonian language may make you sweat for the first few months. So what makes North Macedonia special? A place where you can live leisurely on less than 1,000 USD month, with pristine nature untouched by commercialization, and a warm enough community that you won't feel out of place. If you've ever thought retirement was just fighting bills, maybe it's time to ask yourself, why not try living in a place where $12 is enough to eat like a king? If your answer is yes, then comment, I choose North Macedonia, and remember to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss other retirement paradises. 2. St. Kitt's and Nevis, the paradise passport of the Caribbean. Have you ever thought, What if with just one investment, I could turn retirement into endless days on a blue beach and hold a passport that lets me travel to 150 countries? The answer is St. Kitts and Nevis, a pair of tiny yet irresistibly charming volcanic islands in the Caribbean. The nature here is truly a living postcard. Mount Liamuiga draped in rainforest, white sand beaches alternating with volcanic black sand, and tranquil bays. The climate is warm year-round, 24-30 degrees C, with the dry season from December to April being pure heaven for beach lovers. The islands are small, but the clean air and slow pace of life make every day feel like a vacation. The most unique point? The Citizenship by Investment program. With an investment starting at $250,000 USD, you can hold a passport within just a few months, gaining visa-free access to more than 150 countries, all without giving up your U.S. citizenship. This isn't just paperwork, it's a true ticket to freedom for retirement. Additionally, those over 60 can apply for a retirement visa or choose long-term residency options. Living costs are far easier on the wallet compared to the US. Renting an apartment in downtown Basseterre costs around $850 USD month, utilities about $200 USD, internet just $25 USD month. Dining out averages about $22 USD, half the price of New York. A couple can live comfortably on $1 to $400, $800 USD month. And the sweetest part? No personal income tax, no property tax, no inheritance tax, which means every dollar of your retirement income is yours to keep. Healthcare covers the basics, with each island having a main hospital and private clinics. With private insurance, $200, $300 USD month, you'll receive quick and comfortable service. For complex cases, you can fly to the US or Trinidad. Safety is also a strong point. Violent crime is extremely rare, with petty theft the main issue in crowded areas. Charles, a retired engineer from Atlanta, wrote to his friends after moving to St. Kitt's, "For the first time in decades, I don't have to prove anything anymore. I just live." Every morning he brews his coffee, gazes at the sea, visits the fish market, and his neighbors knew his name within just a few weeks. The culture here is a blend of soca and calypso music, the festive spirit of carnival, and fresh seafood feasts. The people are friendly, and while the expat community is small, it's tight-knit, creating a sense of safety and belonging. With postcard-perfect nature, a fast-track citizenship program, zero taxes, and affordable living costs, St. Kitts and Nevis offers American retirees not just a place to stay, but an entire second life. If you too dream of Caribbean afternoons instead of piling bills in the US, comment, "I choose St. Kitts and Nevis," and hit like and subscribe to discover more retirement paradises together. 1. Belize, the Caribbean gateway, close to home for Americans. Belize, the only country in Central America where English is the official language, has long been considered a convenient retirement destination for U.S. citizens, thanks to its mix of pristine nature, flexible residency policies, and moderate living costs. In terms of natural environment, Belize stands out with the largest barrier reef in the Northern Hemisphere, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, along with rainforests, the Maya Mountains, and a rich network of rivers. Its tropical monsoon climate, with average temperatures of 23 to 32 degrees Celsius, allows for an outdoor lifestyle year-round, though the hurricane season from June to November does require some preparation. In terms of residency policy, the most notable is the Qualified Retired Persons (QRP) program. Citizens aged 40 and above, with a foreign retirement income of at least $24,000 USD per year, who spend at least 30 days per year in Belize can be granted long-term residency, along with tax exemptions on foreign income and the import of personal belongings. Although the QRP visa must be renewed annually, it paves the way to apply for citizenship after 5 years of continuous residence. This policy makes it possible for many Americans to secure an easy settlement option without requiring a large financial investment. The cost of living is considered moderate. A couple can maintain a comfortable lifestyle with about $1 to $200,500 USD per month. Renting an apartment near the beach in San Pedro or Placencia ranges from $1,200 to $1,500 USD, while inland areas like Cayo are cheaper. Local food is affordable, though imported goods, electricity, and fuel tend to be more expensive. Belize's healthcare system is average for the region. The Central Hospital in Belize City and several private facilities can handle basic care, but complex cases are often transferred to Mexico or the U.S. Foreign residents are advised to purchase private health insurance with international evacuation coverage. As for security, Belize has a high rate of violent crime, concentrated mainly in Belize City, particularly the south side. However, coastal towns such as Placencia, Ambergris Caye, and inland areas like Cayo are considered safer and attract American, Canadian, and European expat communities. Thanks to English being the national language, cultural integration is relatively smooth. Belizean culture reflects a unique blend of British, Latin American, and Caribbean influences. The people are friendly, place great importance on religion, and celebrate traditional festivals such as the Garifuna Carnival, while the cuisine ranges from seafood and stewed chicken to affordable street food. In summary, Belize is an appealing choice for American retirees thanks to its proximity to the U.S., reasonable costs, and favorable QRP policy. However, major limitations include security concerns in larger cities and an underdeveloped healthcare system, factors long-term residents need to consider. 5 countries, 5 different lifestyles. From the vibrant yet surprisingly affordable rhythm of Thailand, the slow romance of Greece, the simple peace of North Macedonia, the freedom and safety of St. Kitt's and Nevis, to the raw but welcoming beauty of Belize, all carry the same message. Retirement is not just about waiting, but about truly living again. Will you continue enduring the high costs and familiar stress, or dare to choose a new life, where each sunrise begins with the sound of waves, church bells, or simply a cheerful good morning smile? Leave the country you find most fitting in the comments. Hit like if you're ready for the journey, and subscribe so you won't miss the next destination, which just might be the place where your new life begins.